Hello Dino Peeps! You have probably seen and enjoyed the 100 Day of ARK videos that have been created by some of the most entertaining YouTubers. If you haven't heard about it and you don't know how it works, the challenge is to beat a map in 100 in-game days. Sometimes limiting yourself to using only one specific dino or game modes like hardcore. Challenges keep the game alive even after you beat the regular content. And if you want to have some ideas on how to plan and start your own challenges, check in the video description because I've linked an article that I wrote that gives you a few more ideas about challenges in ARK. In the past month, a few people have come to me asking me for very odd requests that I couldn't understand. For example, people have joined my Discord and asked me how to beat bosses with only raptors or wolves. My first reaction was, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to waste your time like this, knowing that you will fail? But people insisted that it was a valid challenge and that it's working. And naturally, I haven't heard back from them and I assume that they have given up on their plans. But anyone who has played ARK for a while and knows a little bit how the bosses work would have asked themselves the same question. Why would you do this? Recently, I accidentally found the answer. When I set up my new non-ARK YouTube account, hint hint if you want to follow, I was suggested ARK content. The thing with YouTube is that it wraps you tight into a bubble of creators and you often don't realize how many more are out there. And in this case, I was suggested a bunch of creators that I had not seen before. One of them had beaten the island using only raptors. I had heard that before, but I never believed it was possible. And when I looked through his videos, I noticed that his raptors had more life and bit a little bit harder than my Rexes on official servers. So I realized that I might have underestimated raptors. I scrolled through the comments and saw many people asking for the dino stats because they couldn't get the stats like that on their own raptors. So for me, challenge accepted. When I'm helping with ARK Smart Breeding, we often have to reverse engineer server and single player settings so people can export their dinos and put them into their library. And I found this was a nice challenge for me to reverse engineer the stats that were used in this 100 days video, because it also gives me a little bit more training for my ASP support. So after some time with a little bit of help, I figured out why the raptors in this video were so strong. It turned out that the creator had twice the stat boost on imprinting while using single player settings, and that makes a huge difference. The thing is, not everyone can quickly reverse engineer stats like that. Even I can't do it quickly, and I often still need help for it, because the system in ARK is quite complicated. But if you ever came across a video that showcases projects like this, remember that they are meant to entertain and not to teach. There are no set rules for which multipliers you have to use in gameplay and in 100 days, and YouTubers are also not obligated to disclose this information with you. I told you before that the goal of my channel is that you learn enough about this game that you no longer need me if you have questions because you know the answers, and ideally you'll be able to teach other players how the game works and what can be done realistically and what cannot be done. You will also learn to recognize the difference between an entertaining video and an educational one. I know some videos can be both, but you probably get what I mean, right? I also want to remind you that it's not appropriate to now go after creators who use those boosted stats. The ARK developers gave us the ability to change the stats of our dinosaurs as we see fit, and every player and creator has the right to do so. And I'm not a big fan of ARK purists who say only official is the right way to play, since we all know that only a small minority of ARK players really play on official servers. The most important thing is to test things out before you're committing to a long-term project like breeding. Set up a single player game, spawn in the creatures with the stats you plan to use, and then do a test run of what you're planning. It is better to realize at that point that you might need to make a change or that it doesn't work than after half a year of breeding and mutating. So I hope this cleans up the confusion some of you had that came to me asking for advice for those kind of setups. And for everyone who did not come to me but still wondered about it, I hope this helped you a little bit. So let me know, who is your favorite 100 days creator? Write it in the comments and I'm going to check out their videos. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, bye!